Thank you for coming by. This is an American project. Please be sure to like and subscribe. We're still pushing for that 1,000 mark. We appreciate it. Let's get started. A special prosecutor playing a key role in the Fulton County election interference case against President Trump is facing a House Judiciary inquiry. Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor playing a leading role in the election interference case against former President Donald Trump in Georgia, is now part of a House Judiciary probe in the Fulton County District Attorney's Office's politically motivated prosecution of the former president and alleged misuse of federal funds. According to a letter from the House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, Republican from Ohio, Mr. Wade is believed to be in possession of documents and information regarding the coordination of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office with other politically motivated investigations and prosecutions, as well as a potential misuse of federal funds. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who is accused of having an improper personal relationship with Mr. Wade and benefiting from it financially, brought the election interference case against President Trump and more than a dozen co-defendants under Georgia's Racketeer, Influence, and Corruption Organizations Act, a law drafted to fight organized crime. President Trump and Republicans have alleged that Ms. Willis' case against the former president is a politically driven prosecution meant to derail his 2024 comeback bid. Now, Mr. Wade is being asked to provide the House Judiciary Committee with various documents, including notes, memos, invoices, and contracts that relate to the committee's serious concerns about, quote, improper coordination among politicized actors, including the Biden White House, to investigate and prosecute President Biden's chief political opponent, unquote. The documents relate to meetings, communications, and other engagements between Ms. Willis's office, including Mr. Wade, and the Justice Department and the White House, the January 6th Select Committee, and the White House counsel's office in regards to the Trump case. Mr. Jordan's letter cites reports that purportedly corroborate Mr. Wade's coordination with partisan Democrats on the case, including that he and Ms. Willis' staff quietly met with the January 6th committee, which allegedly gave the case against President Trump a boost and provided Mr. Wade with access to records that it withheld from other law enforcement agencies and even from Congress. Invoices from Mr. Wade's office, which were shared on social media by Senator Marsha Blackburn, a Republican from Tennessee, show that Mr. Wade held meetings with the White House officials in May of 2022 and November of 2022, while building the political prosecution of Donald Trump. Mr. Jordan's letter also features an invoice showing a January 6th meeting, an interview with D.C. White House, while stating that all the recently surfaced information reinforced the committee's concerns about politically motivated prosecutions. Neither the White House nor Ms. Willis' office responded to a request for comment about the House Judiciary probe involving Mr. Wade, nor to a request for clarification about the subject of his meeting with the White House officials. Former Trump attorney Michael Roman, a co-defendant in the Fulton County case, on Monday filed a motion in court alleging that Ms. Willis had an improper relationship with Mr. Wade and that she financially benefited from their alleged relationship. Mr. Roman alleged that Mr. Wade, who has played a key role in the case against President Trump, paid for vacations with Ms. Willis while using Fulton County funds that his private law firm had received. The filing further states that Mr. Wade allegedly had a lack of relevant experience, although he was paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by the county. Mr. Roman's filing accuses Ms. Willis of having potentially committed an act to defraud the public of honest services due to what he called an intentional failure to disclose her alleged relationship with Mr. Wade, which she, quote, personally benefited from, unquote. Records obtained by a local media outlet show that Mr. Wade has been paid over $650,000 in legal fees since January of 2022, and that the district attorney is the one who authorizes it. Mr. Rome's filing alleges that checks sent to Mr. Wade from Fulton County and vacations that he purchased with Ms. Willis could amount to honest services fraud, which is a federal crime. Revelations about the alleged relationship between Mr. Wade and Miss Willis, which have not been publicly denied by either of them, prompted Trump ally Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia to file a criminal misconduct complaint against the pair. Georgians are sick and tired of Fani using her office to go after Joe Biden's top political opponent rather than going after real crime in Georgia, unquote, the lawmaker said in a post on X. Ms. Willis's office did not respond to a request for comment from the Epoch Times, though a spokesperson for her office told media outlets that she would respond through appropriate court filings. After the court filing suggested a romantic relationship between Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis, President Trump called the case totally compromised and insisted it should be dropped. You had a very big event yesterday, as you saw in Georgia, where the district attorney is totally compromised. The case has to be dropped, President Trump said on Tuesday after a hearing in Washington over presidential immunity arguments in a separate case against him. They went after 18 or 20 people. She was out of her mind. Now it turns out that the case is totally compromised, the former president continued. It's illegal. What she did is illegal, so we'll let the state handle that, but what a sad situation it is, President Trump added. The former president has previously called the case a witch hunt and accused Miss Willis of corruption. Mr. Roman, who faces 7 charges in Georgia election interference case, served on President Trump's 2020 campaign as Director of Election Day Operations. And there you have it. Thank you for coming by. This is an American Project. Please be sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Have a great day. God bless.